So we'll try the white flag this time by in Caledonia Auto Supply Heat Race number 1 for the Ohsweken Speedway Thunderstocks.
So they line up on the speedway with the 0x0 of Mike Ferguson on the pole, the 93 of Melissa Miller to his outside, 7 Jason Longero, 68 Jens Mortensen in row number 2. The number 40 of Derek Liverance lines up in the fifth spot, 13 of Casey Huffman to his outside, 93K Mike Klazinga, and the 16 of Jeremy May. In row number 4, green flag coming out off of turn number 4, and Caledonia Auto Supply Heat Race number 1 is underway.
And we got a late arrival to the back end of this qualifying heat. Kevin Miller in the drone was following them down the backstretch, but now we're racing and underway as they go down the backstretch as we get ready here for the first of 3 qualifying heats for the Thunderstocks.
Mike Ferguson out to a 3-car length advantage off of turn number 4. Jason Longero through the middle of the field. He's got the second spot by a nose over Melissa Miller, but here comes Casey Huffman to the outside. They go 3 wide into turn number 1.
To work it down the backstretch, 3 wide again they are. Huffman was on the outside, Miller in the middle lane. Now she'll feel the heat from Jeremy May in the 16, working the top shelf as they come off of corner number 4. And they're all tightly packed together across the stripe. Longero makes a charge for the lead.
May up from the 8th starting spot up on the top shelf, grabs a couple of cookies on his way by, and follows Casey Huffman here in the 4th position right now. Huffman going by Mike Ferguson up to the 2nd spot as Jason Longero leads the field off of corner 4.
Longero down across the stripe to complete lap. Leave 5 on the board in this first qualifying heat for the Thunderstock division. Longero leads over Huffman, May, and here comes Jens Mortensen on the bottom side to 4th.
Still Longero out in front of the field right now in the number 7 machine. Huffman holding on to the 2nd spot for the moment, but Jeremy May turns it underneath him at the halfway point. 4 down and 4 to go.
So Huffman and May duking it out for that 2nd spot. Here comes May, gets a good run on the bottom side. Will work to the inside of Huffman. Put May in the 16 to the 2nd spot. Casey Huffman back to 3rd in car number 13 as they work it off the stripe another time. It's going to be 5 on the board, 3 to go for Jason Longero, the rookie driver in the Thunderstock division.
7 drivers will qualify directly to the main event here, and it's Melissa Miller and Mike Klazinga, the teammates, running side by side at the rear of the field, and we'll have to settle it between them to see who's going to go into the feature.
2 to go, says Kyle McKenzie with Longero in front, May in 2nd, Huffman running 3rd. It's side by side between Liverance and Jens Mortensen right now. The 68 and the 40 going at it side by side.
Mortensen on the bottom and Liverance up on the top side of the racetrack off of turn number 2. Race down the back straightaway into turn number 1 with Mortensen on the bottom trying to wrestle away that 4th position as the white flag waves for Longero.
One more time around for Jason Longero in the 7 machine. May hanging tough right there in that 2nd spot. Then it's Huffman in 3rd, and the battle side by side remains Mortensen and Derek Liverance right now in the 40 car as we come down to the checkered flag in qualifying heat race number 1, brought to you by Caledonia Auto Supplies. Jason Longero winning over Jeremy May. Casey Huffman, I'll get it out there, finishes in the 3rd spot. 4th will go to Jens Mortensen. Then it's Derek Liverance in 5th. 6th will be Mike Ferguson, and Mike Klazinga will grab the final transfer spot. Melissa Miller will go to the B main. 2nd qualifying heat on deck, brought to you by Burger Barn.
On the pole of heat race number 2, Greg out of Hamilton, Ontario, aboard the and starting 2nd out of Brantford, Ontario, the affordable towing and recovery number 911 is Nick Liverance, and rolling off 3rd out of Brantford in the classic party rentals number 1 is Chris Dickey. Starting 4th out of Ohsweken aboard the 13X is Craig White, and lining up 5th out of Jarvis, Ontario, the Symington Automotive number 88 of Dale Jacari. Going off 6th out of Ohsweken, the Town Line Friday number 777X is Steve Hess, and rolling 7th on the grid out of Cambridge in the Warsaw Nation number 18 is Adam Hallett. Lining up 8th out of Guelph, the 52 is Tony Fraser. Starting inside row number 5 of the 9th spot out of Victoria, Ontario, the 84 RK is Ryan Beagle. And 10th on the grid out of Hagersville, the Timpson Auto number 23 of Trevor DeBoer, the runner-up finish from last Friday night, used to saying Saturday night. Green flag waving on heat race number 2.
This one underway with Derek Lemaire breaking away down into corner number 1, and Chris Dickey sliding by Nick Liverance for the 2nd spot.
Down there leads the field off the 2nd corner.
As you take this 1 to 3, it'll be Liverence with the inside. Here comes Dickey back to the bottom, Clay, as they work this one off of turn number 4.
Dickey turns to the inside of Lemaire, this time off of corner number 4, coming after him for the race lead. They go side by side into turn number 1. The 911 of Liverence running in the 3rd spot, and Dale Jacari up to 4th.
Keep your eye on that 777X, the Hess machine, always a rocket here at Ohsweken as he works it here to the inside of the white 13X. But off of 4, it's the veteran, Derek Lemaire, with the advantage, holding off the big guy, Dickey, working to the inside. Dickey down on the bottom, trying to put a move on Lemaire.
Lots of grip up on the top side is allowing Derek Lemaire to hold on to that top position through turns 1 and 2, trying it again through turns 3 and 4. Dickey right through the middle, now sliding up to the top side, going to fall in line behind Lemaire, who leads lap 3.
Jacari comes up slow out of turn number 4. The 88 will drop like a rock to the back end of the field here. In the 88, Dale Jacari with problems on that car as he limps it back to turn number 1.
At the front of the field still, Derek Lemaire, 3 car lengths, his advantage over Chris Dickey's number 1. Everybody fanning out to the top side of the speedway, and as you mentioned, Clinton, the 777X of Steve Hess all the way up to the 4 spot now, but he's got the 23 of Trevor DeBoer attacking him on the top side of the racetrack now.
Adam Hallett, the 3rd generation Ohswekenite here. His father and grandfather used to race mini stocks back in the day. Adam started out the season, as we give him the announcer's curse, we start talking about him, and now he comes up slow on the backside of turn number 4.
Tough break for Adam Hallett, falling off the pace here in the number 18 machine. All the tires are up on the right side of the car, can't tell on the left side, so perhaps something under the hood of the number 18 machine as he takes that car to the exit chute. Meanwhile, Lemaire comes off of turn number 4, 2 laps to go.
All the sneakers alive and well here for Adam Hallett as he rolls by me in the turn 2 chute. We get back to the lead. It's Derek Lemaire leading Chris Dickey, but here comes Trevor DeBoer as he's worked his way up through the class of the past couple seasons, running very good in this 23 car now.
Trevor DeBoer started back in the 10th position, trying to wrestle second from Chris Dickey off of turn number 4. Lemaire will take it, and DeBoer is going to get second from the 10th starting spot. Dickey will finish 3rd, 4 spot to the 911 of Liverence, and the 777X of Steve Hess will complete the top 5. 84 Ryan Beagle and 13X of Craig White will transfer directly to the main event.
As checkers come down here off of 4, Lemaire will grab it just ahead of DeBoer and Dickey. And looks like it will be Liverence, Hess, Beagle, and White, your unofficial top 7. 52 not going to make it through. Tough break for Fraser in the 52.
Going off from the 5th starting spot out of Ohsweken in the Cool Kids, number 38 is Derek Miller. Starting 6th out of Port Colborne, the Club 54 Tobacco, number 25 of Ken Sargent. And going off 7th out of Dundas, Ontario, the Great Lakes Brewery, number 81 of Superman, Carl Salt. Starting 8th out of Hagersville, Ontario, the Jibs Action Sports, number 49 is the Brewster Baker Machine of Dave Bailey. Starting 9th out of Caledonia, Ontario, the Club 54 Tobacco ride of Ryan Dinning. And lining up at the rear of the field in the 10th starting position in car number 4, that is Steve Gary. 10 cars for 8 more laps. We get set to go green on heat race number 3, presented by Metalworks for the Ohsweken Speedway Thunderstocks. Drivers on the loud pedal and green flag waving. Field racing side by side into turn number 1.
Bryce Richardson will get the outside run in the 11R and take the lead away as he will be the first one onto the back straightaway, trying to pull that outside train along with him. The veteran Ken Sargent and Dave Bailey, the point leader, coming into tonight.
Couple of drivers making big moves here on the opening lap, but it's Richardson who leads a 3-wide mile off of turn number 4. They're 4 wide at the stripe here, coming after the race lead.
4 definitive lanes, and that's why Ohsweken is mean racing right there. 3 deep again as the leaders spread it out down the back straightaway. Bailey comes across the nose of Richardson and down over the front end here of Sargent. He'll grab the lead, but look at Dinning in the 8 car. He crests the track and rolls to the bottom here underneath the 11R, Bryce Richardson.
Bailey from the 8th starting spot and Dinning from 9th here on lap number 3. Now Bailey to the lead and Dinning trying to wrestle the 2nd spot away from Ken Sargent's number 25. Dinning on the bottom of the racetrack has the shorter way around, but lots of grip still up top. Dinning's going to take the 2nd spot at the stripe.
Ryan Dinning into the runner-up spot in front of Ken Sargent. Richardson running in the 4 spot. Then you've got Quinn, Carl Salt, and Jim Lampman. Salt, second in the points tonight, needs to qualify for the feature, and he needs to finish in front of that 49 a few more times.
Halfway for the 49 of Dave Bailey, starting to open up a lead over the 8 of Ryan Dinning. He paces the 25 of Ken Sargent, the 11 of Bryce Richardson, the 119 of Sean Quinn has the 5th position now, but Salt to the inside of him in a side-by-side battle into turn 3.
Man, is that a tight battle. Salt on the inside here, working here, and now you got a heavy contact with the outside wall, hit the number 4 car, but they pull this one off the outside of 3.
Salt taking that 5th position away from Quinn in turns 1 and 2. 49 of Bailey sees 2 laps to go. Big advantage over the 8 of Ryan Dinning. And he's well ahead of the 25 of Ken Sargent. The field falling single file here around the 3/8 mile at Ohsweken.
This one quickly coming to a close here. One more lap to go, but at the back, guys still looking for a feature ticket as they run. Lampman trying to get around the 119 on the outside.
White flag is out for Dave Bailey in the number 49 machine. He takes the Gibbs Action Sports machine down the back straightaway for the final time in this heat race. Salt coming after Richardson for the 4th spot. The side-by-side battle down the back straightaway into turn number 3 as Bailey brings us home to the checkered flag, Clint.
They bring this one around. It will be Bailey keeping his championship hopes alive here with a couple of weeks to go. You've got tonight and next week to decide the champions here at Ohsweken. Next week, can't believe it's already championship night here, presented by Epic Racewear. That's next Friday night. Then the 9th, we bring in the monster trucks with the 360s have the night off, but a regular card.
Laps is the distance on the B main for the Ohsweken Speedway Thunderstocks.
We get rolling here quickly in this one, and it will be White up on the outside. Miller inside here as they roll it down the back chute.
Schwedek ducks to the inside of Craig White for the 2nd position as Melissa Miller will lead the field off of turn number 4 to the opening lap. She will pace the field here on lap number 1 as Craig White wrestles the 2nd spot away from Schwedek going into turn 1.
This one coming up to a 3-car battle here. Logan Schwedek works to the inside here. Melissa Miller's 93 as they go to the bottom of turn number 3.
Melissa Miller in the middle of a 3-car battle right now, and White trying to turn to the bottom side of her. Schwedek has the inside line. He's got the lead at the line.
Schwedek working the inside here in the 53, trying to get that spot up off the inside, and he will grab the lead, which will put him up a few more positions in the starting lineup tonight.
Schwedek with about a car length advantage over Melissa Miller's number 93. She tries to work around the bottom side of the racetrack here. Halfway home, 6 laps is the distance here in the B main for the Thunderstocks.
And not really much up for grabs here as a bunch of them did not make the call. So we will keep rolling along here in this B main halfway through this one.
Fighting for starting position here in the main event for the Ohsweken Speedway Thunderstocks. 2 to go now for the 53 of Logan Schwedek, but the battle on the racetrack is a side-by-side one for the 2nd spot between Melissa Miller and Craig White. White falling back there a little bit on the top side, but getting a good run off of turn number 2 and powering to the outside of Miller into turn 3.
Bringing this one off of 4. It is White, flag up in the air for Logan Schwedek. He's got a big lead. They'll cut this one short as we don't even really need to run it other than starting positions, but the cars were out here when they realized the rest weren't going to make it, so we'll give them one final shakedown here as they bring it off at turn number 4.
Still Schwedek out in front of the field here on the final lap, brings the number 53 machine to the checkered flag. He will take the B main victory. Melissa Miller wrestles the 2nd spot away from Craig White's number 13X, and finishing in the 4th position here in the number 92 is Travis Torelli, making the main event, and the 15 of Reese George will round out the finishing order. Is Adam Hallett.
Quick announcement, Clayton, one that I was to mention earlier, and I totally left it off the list here. Junk in the Trunk returns to the Caledonia Fairgrounds this coming Sunday from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Breakfast and lunch, and Hewitt's Ice Cream Sundays, and lots of junk. It's for Habitat for Humanity. Resale store is on site as well. Bring the whole family for bargains and great food at the Caledonia Fair. Make sure you're there this Sunday for some junk in the trunk. Hopefully there's not too much junk in the trunk in this feature as we get ready for the Thunderstock A-Main 20 laps.
Double greens from Kyle McKenzie. The field racing into turns 1 and 2. Jason Longaro on the bottom. Jens Mortensen running in the second spot, but Longaro leads the field down the backstretch.
And these guys not going to slow up at all, Clay. They love it 3 deep here as they bring it to the inside. The former Big Moose Deuce, the Lee Winger, orange and number 7 this year with Jason Longaro at the wheel. That car is a potent one.
They are 4 and 5 wide in the middle of the pack, battling all over the racetrack right now, but it is Jason Longaro leading the field here on lap number 2, and now 3 wide for the second spot. Jeremy May, Derek Lemaire, and Jens Mortensen for that second position.
Mortensen coming around the outside, trying to go 3 wide off of turn 4 on the outside of May and Lemaire. Lemaire was the one who will jump out into second, and he will chase after that 7 of Jason Longaro, who was a former mini stock standout, trying to grab a home here in the V8s.
Ryan Dinning from the 21st starting spot all the way into the top 5 here on lap number 3, and around in front of the field goes Jeremy May in the 16, and nearly collecting the point leader Dave Bailey just got the wheels pointed right in time, and the caution flag waves.
Jeremy May gets the 16 car turned around, headed in the right direction. And wow, just how fast everything goes away for the 16 of May. And thankfully for the rest of the field, he was already on the inside and spun out towards the bottom. Clay, I want to send a shout out to my buddy Adam Ross. Adam, you still here? I think you're still up there, buddy. Anyways, Adam and I used to announce here back when we had 7 cars in the Thunderstocks, and we built it up to a solid 35 to 45 depending on the night. 28 now start every night, and what a field it's become here in the past 15 years.
Adam's son Connor up here beside me in the tower telling me
Connor's got a promising future. Not sure whether he's going to be a hockey star or a go-kart racer or a track official. Make him a track official. We'll show him how to make money instead of losing at the races, Dad.
Now, whatever he does, he's going to be good. He's a smart kid. Getting set to come back to green here with the Ohsweken Speedway Thunderstocks. Jason Longaro brings the field back to green, but Derek Lemaire right there. He drag race into turn 1.
Man, Lemaire right up to the high side and punching it up on the cushion. But don't count out that 8 of Ryan Dinning. Was oh so quick through the middle portion of the season. At one point, won 4 races in a row. Trying to get the number 8 back to the top spot here. But Longaro and Lemaire have something to say about it.
And Dinning is in the mix now. It's a 3-car battle for the lead as Lemaire goes to the outside. Dinning tries to point it through the middle, but Longaro still holding strong on the bottom.
Now Dinning into the back of Longaro, shoving him up to run even here with Derek Lemaire. And as they battle, here comes another car into the mix. 2 of them. Dave Bailey in the 49, the point leader, jumping into the next one. And now the 25 of Ken Sargent, a multi-time champ on the Niagara tracks.
5 cars under a blanket, but nothing cozy about this battle as Longaro has Derek Lemaire up on the top side and Ryan Dinning on the bottom. The meat of a sandwich here as they come off of turn number 4. Longaro trying to beat them back to the line in a dead heat at the start-finish line, but give it to Longaro in the number 7.
3 wide down the front straightaway and 3 cars behind them, all looking for a battle. Carl Solt second in the points, and somehow it went to 6 cars battling for the top spot.
The 92 of Torelli around in front of the field. He gets it pointed back in the right direction, but the leaders have to go around him into turn number 1. Dinning leads lap number 7, but Lemaire, Bailey, Longaro, Sargent, and Solt all right there.
Solt the loser in that one as he gets stuck behind the 92 slow car, and he will fade back away from the lead draft as Ryan Dinning takes the lead, but Dave Bailey hunting him like a wounded deer here down the front straightaway.
Bailey from the 20th position and Dinning from 21st here this evening, and now they're up front battling for the race lead. Dinning with a 2-car length advantage down the back straightaway. Lemaire closing in on the back bumper of the Bailey number 49. He goes to the outside while the top 2 go to the bottom.
Lemaire's been in this battle since the outset here, but has seen 2 drivers drive underneath them, and they came from deep in the pack, as you said, Clay, as they work it here off of turn number 2. Ryan Dinning in the Club 54 tobacco machine, trying to hold off the Jibs Action Sports 49 of Dave Bailey.
Solt, meanwhile, trying to get into the top 5 by Longaro, and a couple of cars around at turn number 2, the 13 machine.
And the axle off the 40 car, it looks like. So no, the axle off the 13 of Huffman, as he will drop the window net.
And we got a quick announcement to make here.
Yeah, Tim Nadeau, please come to the announce tower, please. Tim, we've got something we're sure you're going to definitely want to go.
Drivers, they said, look, we're going to take the white this time. We need y'all to run through the fluid on the bottom of 1. We're coming back for the green. and they all did just that. Here we go. 9 in, and we're on it, Clayton. Go for it.
Back to green with Dinning and Bailey at the front of the field. Sargent and Lemaire drag racing into turn number 1, and Bailey switches lanes to the bottom side. He has the lead by a nose into turn 3.
Dave Bailey running the inside here in the 49, made a career running the outside, and he said last week was super happy with track conditions. Going to be pleased with them again here tonight as he runs the inside. Now Dinning trying to run through the middle. Lemaire kicking up chunks of mud as Salt comes to his outside. It's a sandwich between Sargent and Lemaire.
Now Ryan Dinning trying to make the same move on Dave Bailey to take the lead back that Bailey made on him, going from the outside to the inside lane, but Bailey holds the spot on the line. Dinning still a good run into turn number 1. They touch at the bottom of the first corner, and they both hold on to it, and they'll race side by side off of turn 2.
Down the back chute they go. What a side-by-side battle we've got going on here with Ryan Dinning and Dave Bailey. Bailey back around the outside, but Dinning gonna nose into the bottom here, 1 and 2 once more.
And now Carl Salt patiently up to the third spot, about 3 car lengths back of the lead battle here as Bailey leads down the back straightaway to the turn number 3 entry. Dinning still on the bottom trying to keep up the momentum, but Bailey able to keep up a little bit more speed through the corners in the middle of the racetrack.
Carl Salt desperately needs to finish ahead of the 49 if he's going to keep his championship hopes alive for coming into next week. Needs to get around that 49 or beat him bad next week. I'm sure he'd like to close it up tonight.
Bailey clears the number 8 of Ryan Dinning by 1 car length. Now 6 laps to go for the number 49 machine as it settled down and moved down a lane that time through turn 1 and 2. He'll lead back into turn number 3. Dinning falling back by a couple of car lengths, and they'll get 5 to go this time by the start-finish line.
Bailey with a big 4 to 5 car length lead with 5 to go over Ryan Dinning. But Carl Salt is not done. He's still digging in on the inside, coming back at Ryan Dinning.
Trevor DeBoer, who finished in the 2nd spot last week, up into the top 5 now, trying to pressure Kent Sargent for the 4th position as the top 3 drivers start to break away from the rest of the field, running nose to tail. Dave Bailey still your race leader with 4 laps remaining. Then Ryan Dinning, Carl Salt, Kent Sargent, and Trevor DeBoer your top 5.
All of them stuck along the inside. Will Dinning or Salt go up to the top to try and make a move? It's certainly a longer way around, but might have more traction. The problem you've got, Clayton, is the bottom is still very tacky and a quick way through.
Yeah, there's lots of grip all the way around the racetrack, and when there's grip on the top and the bottom being the short order way around, that's going to be the faster way around as well. And Bailey proving that to be the case right now. He's got some lap traffic in sight, though, that he may have to deal with before this one's over as he gets the rabbit ears 2 to go.
And just like that, point leaders and race leaders in the mix of lap traffic here on the white flag lap. Bailey gets through without issue. Salt and Dinning will clear the Deliverance 40. Bailey comes around to the white flag.
White flag to Bailey, and now Salt goes to the inside of Dinning for the 2nd spot. He's going to have to try and get by the 93 of Miller. That cost him some time, but Bailey's going to pull away from Dinning here with 2 corners left to go, Clint.
Dinning and Salt both bobbled behind the Miller 93, and as they bring it off turn 4, Dave Bailey keeps his championship hopes alive and well as he picks up the win here ahead of Ryan Dinning. Carl Salt, 4th place will go to Ken Sargent, and then a great run for Trevor DeBoer in the 23, who will grab 5th.
Bryce Richardson in the 6th spot, Jason Longero 7th, Jim Lampman 8th, Derek Lemaire 9th, and Ryan Beagle rounding out the top 10 tonight for the Ohsweken Speedway Thunderstocks. A fantastic battle at the front of the field. That's Greg Callan.
Merrittville and Humberstone. He makes it 4 in a row here at the Big O tonight. He climbs out of the 49 machine. Let's hear it for your winner, Dave Bailey. Handshakes with Ryan Dinning. Dave, good battle with Ryan Dinning. At 4 in a row, what a run you're on right now.
Yeah, I'll take that. That was an awesome battle with Ryan. That was my fault down here. I kind of chopped him, but I don't know. We made her.
Now talk about this. You've got Carl Salt right back there in 3rd place, and you got 1 week left to go 2 for 2 in the championship. Defending champion, 1 week left. Can you do it?
Well, I hope we can do it. We're pressure's on us because we're the only ones that can lose it right now. These guys can take it away, and if we park it up here in the top 3 next week, I guess we're good. But if we don't, one of these guys could take it from us.
Who would you like to thank?
I had to thank Mike Taylor. He had to work late tonight, and he's probably sitting in my garage right now watching this, drinking beer. I set my TV up for him so he could watch. So, hey, Mike, thanks. Kyle, my dad, Jibs, Club 54, and Johnny at Windowworks.
There you have it, Dave Bailey, one of the most talented drivers there is in asphalt, dirt, you name it. Dave Bailey, the winner. Here's another very talented driver, Ryan Denning. You're tired out, it looks like. Good battle with Dave Bailey, a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah, that was a lot of fun. It was a good battle. I tried everything I could do to try to get past Dave. I thought I got it once when we ran off the top down to the bottom, got inside him, but it wasn't quite enough.
Who would you like to thank for second?
Oh, I got to thank Club 54, Gale's Auto Aftermarket, my kids, everybody that's here all the time helping me.
All right, let's move over to Carl Salt. We got the 50-50. Let's do the 50-50 quick here. Dave Bailey. $1,200 going to the winner.
222-473.
222-473. If you have that number, go to the base of the flag stand to claim your prize. We'll catch up with Superman Carl Salt, third place tonight. But, man, the point leader's up in front of you, so you got a lot of work to do yet next Friday night.
Yeah, there's a lot of work next week. I'll tell you that much to get up to the front now.
Looked like a good track tonight, a fast track, too, and a good battle for the top 3.
Yeah, we're all up there. It was a good, clean race, what I saw.
Who would you like to thank?
I got to thank Installation, Brian Balmer, Watchris Lawyers. I got Installation, Great Lake Breweries, Insight Graphics. I thank my Uncle Glenn, too. Every night he's in the shop. I went away this week, and he stayed home, and he did a couple little things to the car for me, so I didn't have to go stay behind.
There you have it, the top 3 tonight for the Oswego Speedway Thunderstocks, as we got one more to come. It's the Strickland GMC Crate Sprint Cars, 15 laps for their final feature of the night.